This is bound to be a banger. Take it away, Jackie.
I think it just speaks to the beauty, the health, and the real impact the Counter-Strike has. Having all of these players, both of these orgs, a potential free mapper going on in front of us in LAN, and Nitro looking to see if he can do some damage early on as well, as Astralis already making moves outside. They've got in through Secret.
This is the Rare Atom pistol. Double Secret, double Heaven Wrap. This is what Rare Atom did the other day on this map. It's insane. Will Astralis come up the vent the same way the Rare Atom did, or are they going to converge at ramp and crush this B site together?
Liquid took away lobby, so they know that nothing's going down there. But yeah, I mean, you know, with this pistol, you have a lot of options right now if you're Astralis. Don't have to dedicate anywhere, but it seems like B will be the object of their desire. Yakindar swinging them. Spots two over in Secret, but it's Zip doubling up. Naf and Yakindar both out of the round. Jiggling in the vents is Nitro. blameF seen his feet, though. And he's going to move in. Look to hold on to this vent rotate. Liquid, it's down to 2 men coming in from the ramp side to try and win this round. They turn around and find Device, sure. But is that going to be enough to draw them in? You can see that it's taken a long time to pull Nitro round. He gets here and dies immediately. They just waited so long for the captain to arrive. And he dies at the first hurdle. Astralis find the pistol.
We've got a game on our hands, boys. We certainly do. And I think, you know, favorites, underdogs, doesn't matter. None of this is really a factor in a game like this. A game with so much history between the core individuals on both rosters. And I think those years of playoff runs and finals and Danish dominance are going to be flowing through the heads. But you've got to shut it all out, get rid of the noise, and think only about the frags. Pistol for Astralis, Liquid force up quick.
Oh, mate, the auto shot as well. Whenever EliGE buys this bad boy, I'm always just ready for him to absolutely maul everyone. You would love to see it.
It's about to happen.
Yeah, this is going to be the best chance to go on a tear with the auto shotgun you're going to get. They're coming out the hut. Where are you? On the hut, there's one, but he drops off. Tries to fall into the door, gives them an opening, and there's Buzz with another kill to extend this one for Astralis. They don't know about the man still at door, but Yakindar's kind of missed this timing to pounce. He's playing it late, trying to keep them guessing. Swings out, and now with Buzz out of the round, it gives way to a 3-on-3. Device is once again going for one of these lurks, this time in towards Heaven. Not ready for it with Yakindar dead back in the lobby, and Device about to knock out the Heaven man. This should be a done deal. It's only Naf left. And in the 1v2, Astralis don't need to give him fights here. That was a bit of an overextension from Zip, but he doesn't get punished for it. And Device was there to mop up the final man.
You know, we were talking coming into this group about the match of the week, trying to theorize, figure out what it could be. Some said Liquid Na'Vi, some said Liquid Astralis, if Astralis could find double upsets and go all the way to that upper final bracket. We had neither of those, with Liquid losing their opener, with Na'Vi being upset by fours, and of course Astralis, who have been fighting from the very beginning in the last chance stage. And who would have thought that we'd have both these teams playing for that final playoff spot? It really is poetic. One lives, one dies here at Pro League. And of course, for those wondering what's going on with our playoffs, we are going to be having a live draw of the bracket later on this evening. So bring your friends, bring your family, and you'll find out who your favorite team is playing in those playoffs. But first, we've got to find our last roster. Astralis making quick work of this anti-eco, getting rid of the pistols. There's a couple of casualties, but no more should be accosted. And then Liquid come in with a very important buy round on Astralis' map pick.
Oh, I'm just excited for this first rifle round, man. Like this is just a matchup with so much history behind it, and it's, you know, the first example we have of the cause of these squads meeting since all the way back in 2019, as we were saying on the desk earlier. It's one where, you know, there's a lot between these squads, man. There really is. For the longest time, Astralis were the ones, you know, locking Liquid out of grand finals.
Can he make them die with the bomb? That's the hope. Although running after
Nuke.
it,
You ain't ever making anyone die with the bomb.
True.
You know, So on top of that, I think the reason why it gets more exciting is obviously, even though we have the cores here, some things are different, right? For Astralis, they've kind of gone through a period of having to rebuild, having to grow again, with blameF and now Buzz joining the three kind of staple Astralis players. And then on top of that, I think the more interesting one is Liquid, right? Because this is a Liquid where Nitro is no longer AWPing. In the time where this rivalry was hot, right, Liquid had a sort of AWPer in Nitro, in that he would do it, but, you know, he wasn't a pure-blood AWPer through and through, not in the same way that OC is. And on top of that, you have the little splice of your Kindar in here now for Liquid.
Yeah. And it's really cool even just to talk about OC because, you know, when we think AWPers, we don't often think North America. It's not a scene that has produced really any AWPers in the last few years. Like, you think back to people like JDM and Skadoodle in the North American region. That's a long time ago, right? Look at the other competitive NA teams right now, if you want to talk about them. A team like EliGE, well, they've got, like they had Cirque for the longest time, an international pickup, right? Okay, now they've got Wiz. And even for complexity, they had to bring in Hauser because Junior wasn't enough. So having a NA AWPer is such a change of identity for Liquid and for the scene as a whole. He will find the opener. Yakinda looking through the smoke, and Astralis walking that bomb outside. That's a fantastic grenade. But Astralis are looking for picks in the yard.
This is the start the Team Liquid want as well. Find the opening frag. Get the chip damage out, get the feelers into it and ease into this round. You finally got guns. You need to put them to good use.
Oh!
Kindar! Oh my god. His senses were tingling. Just bams him straight through the smoke. That is gross.
And there's more where that came from. Liquid are winning every single fight in every single position. 2v5 Astralis, they can swing those doors open. Glaive could stick it, but he can get run down by Naf. He picks the one safe spot. He'll get the plant. He'll set Device up for what would be an ultimately legendary 1v5. How good are his odds, Harry?
Oh, they're astonishingly low, Hugo.
Oh!
My God! Hang on, he might try it now. They've tapped the bomb. They're on it. They're sticking it, and so he won't go any further. Device. It's just the one collateral, actually, as he has to hold on to that AWP.
That's not what we want.
Team Liquid, they get that first round on the board now.
Oh, what a tease! What a tease! Pulls up with a collat and doesn't go for the 1v5. Cadian would have.
You know, I think there's a lot of teams where, you know, you might have a history versus a squad, but because times change, because years have gone by, the meta's changed. I don't think it would be worth mentioning, but I genuinely feel like, you know, this was like the quintessential matchup of the Astralis era, was this kind of Astralis Liquid head-to-head. And I think, you know, we know that NA teams sometimes struggle with mentality as well. So I think if there ever was a time for that to creep into your thoughts, for Astralis, guys like Glaive, who have had a quiet tournament, right? That was something Yanko was saying on the desk. He might look to have a bit of a second wind in this matchup.
Yeah, it's been getting better and better, definitely, with more time in the game, more time back on the server here on LAN. Blame, by the way, he ran outdoor with a set piece for Astralis. They got him to CT vent before he died, but nothing from it.
I think already it's speaking to the fact that we are seeing that mixture of the old school and the new, embodied by the players, the plays, everything about it, right? And it's so nice that CS is still in this position where even this long on, it still feels like things are so fresh that if you came into it, you'd be like, oh, this historic game that's happening right in front of me. Wow, I'm really invested.
Yeah. Everyone knows the cause for concern for Astralis. Pushed up his Yakinda. He waited at red for so long. They were holding for him.
You know, he didn't notice the AWP scoped in on top and went searching for that second kill on Buzz, but might have been a way he could have easily got out with two there. Yeah. Device was scoped up, looking over at Garage. Instead, it's just the one and done, but the advantage still lies with Team Liquid here.
Device has to make this all work, right? He didn't go for the 1v3 after finding that collat, but there's 20 seconds, and he's not really getting offered picks here. They're going to contact outdoor. EliGE can drop off hut roof, and no one can punish him. Main player is ready to swing as well. Nitro will do so. 1-for-1 is fantastic with a clock this low, and they get evaporated on the bomb site. Liquid holds strong. They don't panic with their advantage, and Astralis walk into their crosshairs now. Full broke. Pistols and armor for the Danes as Liquid recover strong. think even more so with this map pool being exactly what we want, I think, right? Liquid obviously self-claiming 7 maps in the pool, but Nuke is a new addition this year. They didn't play it since 2020. Coming into this year with Yikindo as a focus. We've seen a couple of games from them on it, differing results. They beat Rare Atom, but, you know, legendary Nuke team on the other side as Astralis, one of the many ex-best in the world, racked up a 30 map streak on Nuke at one point, like many rosters do. So while Liquid may be fresher to this map, Astralis have that history there. And Glaive's got that depth. You know he wants to bring it out. Right now, just pistols getting picked apart.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's going to be cool no matter how you slice it. You know, one of the things that kind of excites me for Liquid is this would be like them overcoming their demons from the past in the space of 2 events back to back, right? That legendary comeback versus Vitality and 3 players, or, you know, 2 players and a coach from the old Astralis team, and now chance to do it versus the guys that you missed that first time around. OC plucks device from the outside. And this one for Astralis is going to struggle to get going now. They've got 1 man with the bomb out behind Red. Second moving in to join him. Zip will connect that 1D onto Yikindo. But really, they're just trying to do damage here, trying to carve a bit of a path outside. Zip sees the AWP, but can't quite get a beat on it. The bomb makes it across. Blame carries it down to lower, and he hit that. A lot of damage off the Deagle. But OC still in the round. It's left to blameF. Gonna move in, try plant, but Naf's already out from the ramp side. Good rotates from Naf right now. He's been constantly harassing these B plays down at lower. And that's Liquid onto a tie game at 3-all.
Everyone's trying so hard, which almost a stupid statement, but when every eco round is going down to the last 10 seconds as the T's try and desperately take as many as they can with them, it just shows like every little bit is going to count. Every util, a bit of util that's wasted is going to have consequences. Every frag with the Deagle, and so you don't waste these rounds. If you're on pistols, you need to make the most of them. Poise yourself for later. Oh, are these nades going to land on the silo? Have they got the perfect counter to EliGE? Or are these backside nades? I think they're going to nail him. Sooner the better, Astralis. Get him while you got him. Bye-bye. Oh, he jumped.
That's a backside.
Yeah, close though.
Thank goodness.
Oh. Molly saved.
Dude, I mean, it's really tapping into my nostalgia right now. Like watching EliGE nearly get nade stacked on top silo on an A-site defense by Astralis is, oh, I feel like I've stepped into a time machine here. All right, outside, Yikindo going to go take up this part of the map. Astralis have been slow to move. They waited for that triple nade stack, but it didn't find them anything. And so now they throw in the outside smokes. Look to make it across. The bulk of the players here, 4 in the round, moving up outside with blameF left back in the lobby. Don't know how that just happened. Yikindo dead through the smoke. Nitro trying to pressure the lobby with EliGE. Does fall. They at least get the trade, and EliGE is fast to wrap the top of silo. Gets the info that no one's outside. At this point, they know it's lower. Naf has been the hero down on this lower side of the map, but this time he's been swung, dealt with out decon by Glaive. OC, there's 1 frag from the AWP, but pressured. They're up close to him, and Buzz runs him down. It's all left to EliGE in the clutch.
And the meta screams save. But will EliGE be tempted by the prospect? He's hanging around. If Astralis give him anything, there's reason to have a go. Got some money in the bank, but without easy opportunities, you know Astralis have picked post plants appropriate, and they will find their 4th round. That was all on Nafra. He had to get in a little bit quicker. He moved as fast as he could have, given the info Liquid had, but you know, he didn't want to jump through the window. He wanted to get all the way to the back of the site so he could actually anchor B and take players down with him. And Astralis don't let him do that. That single door open kill was massive. EliGE going to grab that orb. The bomb blows it his way. He picks it up. But Astralis back on the board after a bit of a silent streak.
The smallest of intricacies being the difference maker into quite a few of these rounds as well. This was that device shot that was quite confusing.
Kindar was going up on top of blue.
He does that a lot. He's been going for a lot of info plays above blue and jumping over smoke walls. And it's a good position because right now, like on T side Nuke, you're throwing, if you're good, you're throwing different walls every round. You're not letting the CTs know what you're doing with the walls, and you're also just keeping them fresh. So that's the one way to really counter them, but Device has done his homework. Nitro Curiosity. And Blame won't even hang around for the kill. He hears the ramp flash. His aggression.
Fully aggroed.
They're coming, all of them.
Oh, they might decide against it. Yeah, they don't like how that first look went down. Nitro tag, Naf still floating around here. This is pretty ballsy from Naf. He will start to back out and take a more standard position over towards ramp eventually. I'm glad he has. That could have been a way in for Astralis, as they do still sit back in the lobby waiting.
They all drop off hut roof, but then they climb back up. They're trying to even use the smallest of sound cues to set Astralis off. They're going to get a reboost on rafters, but Astralis again going for these very late smokes sub-minute.
Yeah, Kindar trying to get the info around them. Oh, good timing on the swing, and Buzz caught jumping up. It's a freebie. The spam even connects with Naf in time with that nade. And so they've cut through these first two Astralis players that have tried to show their hand here. Glaive's looking for that kill to tip the scales to give Astralis a way in, but that's the bomb spotted over in the door now. Good info for Liquid to work with, and no opener for Astralis. The door has been closed on them in this round. Glaive will burn out Nitro, but with only 15 seconds left, they cannot attempt this one, and they know it. Just going to look to get that AWP, get the hell out of there. And so Team Liquid immediately reply. No good deed going unpunished for long.
Very impressive how they stop a lobby default that well. Liquid at no point looked threatened in that round, despite Astralis going for 3 different openers, the AWP on ramp, Glaive fighting out door, and a hut swing for Blame. So Astralis try a lot of different things, mostly dry, mostly contact, and Liquid win all their fights. Very important round. I want to see some top hits for Astralis. I want to see if they have them in the pocket, because that's... you know, Liquid right now have had top stacked in almost every round, but that's the true test of teams right now. Can you break open setups with your top hits? How good are your flashbangs? We'll have to see if Astralis get put to the test. Glaive has a spawn with a Mach 10, so maybe it's cooling. But we'll have to see. Instant smokes this time.
Yeah, these last few rounds have been a little slower, right? More so waiting to see what Liquid bring to Astralis. This round, they try to go a little bit faster. EliGE gets himself a freebie. Must feel kind of therapeutic. Smoke shot in Glaive out of a round to open it, but Buzz just deletes Snapfly. He's dead, he's out of the round. The lower sight falls to Astralis control, and they look to take it. OC scoped up at the ramp, but he's got a lot of responsibilities down at lower, and he's also got to bear the ramp flank in mind. They're asking OC right now to do a hell of a lot. We do have a secret push out of Team Liquid. They're trying to make OC's life a little bit easier, and the timing on that backstab is big. Device tries to reply, but EliGE gets the better of him, and it's just left to Buzz in the clutch.
Buzz now. So much to do. Spots the first as EliGE dives towards the vent. Just mere damage, nothing more than that. And a 5th round grabbed by Team Liquid as EliGE shuts it down. Oh, this game's already looking just... I don't know, man. Yeah. There's not really a word to describe it, right?
Honestly, I think it's very relieving right now that EliGE is looking this good to open up, because out of everyone for Liquid, he's been the one kind of posting some pretty middling numbers throughout this event. He's like the guy who's also dropped off since his Katowice performance, was instrumental in that whole feat. It's kind of him and Nitro who helped kickstart the whole comeback versus Vitality. And so having him in good form felt like a requirement. in this series. He started off 9-3. He's been a big-time player in how these rounds have shaken up to open up Nuke.
That shot to Device last round, I mean, he was... the double flank was nice for Liquid, very proactive move. They don't look like they're playing scared against Astralis right now, and EliGE, it's a very hard shot against the AWP on a headshot angle. You know, you mentioned Nitro as well. I think that's probably one of the more interesting factors, obviously having coming back from Valorant for Liquid, and looking as good as he had. I mean, back at the end of last year, he had a career-high performance to close out 2022, and I think that's crazy if you consider just the context of how hard CS is right now at the top level, and this guy was never regarded as some like big number player, often filling roles, be it a captain or AWPer, and yeah, Nitro looks really, really good. He's had some great games at Kato as well, so that's the firepower that Liquid need if they were to win this matchup. Astralis doing as they do on the ecos, getting every morsel out of it. And they are making it interesting. 2 Deegs placed by Blame. Liquid are going to try and fight them outside, but that's exactly what Big Blame wants.
OC with a reply, Naf dead, but OC holds on. They put a stop to the Deegs, but yeah, Astralis will take that level of damage all damn day. That was a pretty sick round as well, because even though, you know, it's the cause of these teams where the story really centers around, it's this idea that for Liquid, they have OC in the rankings now, right? And they never had this Deddy AWPer. Well, now they have OC. He was the guy who at the end of this round helped mops it up. And who's he helping deal with? Who's he helping shut down? Buzz and blameF, who were just harassing with the pistols outside. The 2 new Astralis boys, I guess, compared to like the history of the org I'm talking here.
This is around where Astralis had the money for an AWP, but they choose not to buy it. So let's see what they decide to do. They want to play the trade game here. We've got, again, players set up for an outside wall. But the question for me is, do they go behind it or do they go back to a top hit? Here come the smokes. Yukinda used his spawn to get to Secret, and this is a powerful position, one that he can either be patient for and wait for Astralis to likely not clear him, or he can call for a flash and make the play happen. They're going to come to him, but that's a great flash.
All blind, Yukinda still gets one. He couldn't see a thing. Glaive trades him out, and we fall into this 4-on-4. Naf's trying to rein it in over towards ramp, while EliGE has already dropped on down. Might have this one onto Glaive, and he will. Collects that one for free. Naf now is about to get pressured next.
3 players remain. The Danes need to do something dastardly in Nitro. He's teetering on a knife's edge, debating whether or not he wants to re-instigate this fight. Molotov dashed in towards Squeak as well. Pressure on, time ticking. Astralis realizing that their chances in this round could be evaporating quite quickly. And Naf, with the flank, strikes onto blameF. That man's gone, and it's just Device and Zip left with 30 seconds.
Ooh, that's a big move from Device. Drops down the vent, and Zip's found another kill to make life miserable for Team Liquid in the meantime. They've got him boxed in at the door, but that plant's coming in down lower, and now Liquid have got to scramble. They've got to get a move on here. Zip holding. Trying to cut off the rotates, bit of damage onto Nitro, and he'll just molly the vent. Slows down this rotate from the captain. He drops the vent, but takes some damage in the process. Device, to say he needs to buy time here is an understatement. This guy is all alone. Zip is far away right now, and so Device has got to keep up the fight. Damage done, but he can't hold on. Overran eventually, and there's Nitro to close. Team Liquid clamped down upon that 3v2.
He even wins that fight, Nitro, at the end against Zip, who is holding him down in the vent the entire time. He read that rotation perfectly. Rushed through the vent molly to get down. I was hoping Zip would throw the molly down the vent, because that would have meant there's no way Nitro could survive the flames. Very nice try for Astralis. If Device converts that kill, he has room to hide out, but he had to reposition, which puts him in the prying eyes of Team Liquid, and that retake comes through very cleanly. A bomb plant that will keep Astralis above water, but right now Liquid, they're the ones sailing, and smoothly at that.
Fast to outside, they're already on red. Yukinda doesn't know,
dear.
And he gets caught trying to jump back behind Credit.
I like that pace change for Astralis. They've only gone outside with walls of smoke. They just completely throw themselves 4 players deep on this push, and they're going to catch more from it as well. Team Liquid were not expecting that change.
Ratastic angle from blameF at the top of the ladder. able to just exert a little bit of pressure over the lobby. And oh, EliGE wins that!
Not meant to.
There's not a world where that was meant to be an EliGE fight. And maybe that keeps Team Liquid in this. They're still a man down. They've still lost outside, right? This is serious real estate that Astralis have. This is not going to be an easy round for Team Liquid. And there's the reply from Device. Movement boy on the ladder. And now it's Nitro. Dead in at the vent. Astralis. They come out with the right hook. They might lose blameF in a weird and wonderful way on top of the T roof, but boy, do they get their revenge, and they even remove that AWP to close the round.
That's Astralis wondering why they're respecting their opponent. That cool, right? Just popping a flash and running it down red outside, and look at what they do with that. Some just mind-melting shots landing, sure, but Astralis, they keep it very simple, stupid, and it works wonders.
That's the most ridiculous thing about all of this so far as well, right? You talk about pressure, you think that sometimes you can take it, turn into a diamond, sometimes it gets a bit much. The shots that we're seeing players hit right now would literally leave you with like brain meltosis. I don't know how we can even process it, because they just keep going in with these bold plays. Again, Shakindar trying to slay. 3 versus 1 as it's all on NAF with mere seconds into the round being shaved off the clock.
Dude, I actually look at these last 2 rounds as kind of problematic because it feels like Astralis can, you know, they've kind of like channeled in. That was like a very brawly couple of rounds, right? And they're the ones dictating the pace and how this is flowing, and Liquid are kind of meeting them there in the middle. But I think, you know, where Liquid can win this out is in the long game, is in these longer rounds. I actually think, you know, when it comes to calling on this map, Nitros look good as of late. I think Liquid have very good rotations. I think they have good timings on what areas of the map are taken when a team's progressing slowly. But if Astralis are down to go for this brawly style, Liquid, who have been kind of withholding nades at the start of rounds, right, used to these slower creeps outside, this is something that might shock them a little bit. So close to the end of the first half as well. This is a way back in for Astralis, starting to open up. Still a world where they can win this out on the T side.
And that's why Counter-Strike is a beautiful game, because you know, no matter who you are as CT or T, no matter what map you're playing on, you can create a pace of a game that must be matched by your opponent, right? If you are Liquid here and you say, believe you can win these brawly rounds, you can initiate them, you can instigate them, you can take lobby, you can go for aggressive setups and lots of pop flashes. That's not what Liquid have been doing, but Astralis play a lot of default rounds. Liquid pick them apart one by one as individuals, and then Astralis decide, okay, let's completely flip the script. Let's change the pace of this game. Let's play in your face. And of course, that's something that's going to happen in every match anyway. Yeah. Constant pace changes, because it takes how you use your utility on the defense, right? Do you burn your mollies quickly, or do you hold on for retakes?
That round there was, or you know, I guess the last 2 rounds are the ones that have come closest to encapsulating the relationship that these 2 teams used to have back in like 2018, right? You know, that was like just a flat disrespect round, a little sprinkling of util out of Astralis, one where they're not afraid, you know, they've got full faith in the util that they're throwing down, that it's going to create these favorable fights. And they can just run at you. Yakindar flashing.
It's not going to hit.
In, but blameF dodges it. Naf is lucky to be alive, and he knows it. Just going to get out of there with the M4. Reposition, maybe. Nah, he wants to re-aggress. This is kind of ballsy. Everyone's trying to crunch the lobby here, but blameF is 1 step ahead. Device in at the back is going to start to get pressured now. blameF recognizes this and tries to drop in to lend a helping hand. That's armed, and that's given a gun over. Yakindar's grabbed the M4, and Nitro's looking for the AK. It is up there, but he ran right by it.
Going to go back for more. Nothing to lose here. Finds on the body. And Astralis at least put a lot of distance between the bomb and this aggression. They know the bulk of Liquid were there, so they take the bomb down lower. They're still being very careful, clearing their corners. No rush on this one, just to avoid the rifles. Glaive is going to give an option for them to get out. If he wins this Heaven fight, they will come up vent.
If he wins it, though, Yakindar waiting for him, actually edging out himself. He's seen the shadow now, so he knows he's coming, but he's run straight past him, clipping the ear, slaying the man, as Glaive instead will take them all down. And it's just Nitro in a 1v3, back a B, just saving the AK.
And I tell you what, man, like, there's definitely something to be said about this, you know. when we were on the desk opening this up, Yanko was saying, like, blame's the guy he wants to keep an eye on, right? blame's someone who, in a map, he'll get, like, the kind of, like, 4 kills that can swing around. Same can be said for Zip, right? And so I really like the way that Yanko spoke about it. He said that, like, when you look at Astralis, you know, Device is going to do his thing. Device is going to get his kills. He's going to find ways to be influential. And he even said the same thing about blameF. But the question mark, I guess, was for Glaive, who's had a pretty poor performance here throughout the Pro League so far, in spite of, you know, the victories for Astralis. And in this matchup versus Liquid, in this head-to-head, Glaive's coming alive. He's up top of the board alongside Zip.
And now we even up. Little techie on the side of Astralis, but 7-7 last round of the half, and Liquid ecoed for it to get a full buy here in round number 15. And to be honest, I wouldn't say, luckily we're in a time as CS where comebacks are very prevalent, and you know, the game's getting pretty T-sided anyway. This is pretty par for the course. Even if Astralis win out the half, it's not going to be much of a detriment to Liquid to pull this one back. Their map pick is Mirage. We go to Inferno if we get lucky. And I feel like that's what we all want here, a legendary map for a legendary matchup.
Now, whilst we've got a bit of a technical issue, I've been told it is a keyboard problem. Obviously, we've got some shining lights in this game, right? Now, did you guys know that the ogre-faced spider has eyes that gather light more efficiently than both owls and cats? But as a trade-off to that, their eyes will burn out at sunrise and grow back during sunset.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I didn't know there were ogre-faced spiders.
No, right?
Beetles.
They're pretty weird. They look like massive stick insects, but they're spiders.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
There you go, spider facts with Jack.
They look horrible.
Oh, they do look.
Have you looked them up?
I can't even hold my phone right now, man.
That's what's hatching in your shed right now.
Ah, true.
Really trying not to think about that. When I go back home, that's when I'll deal with it.
Just burn it all down, start again. It'll be fine.
I want to talk about Buzz a little bit as well, because I feel like this has been a player.
Give me some Buzz.
He didn't even come from the Astralis Academy. I think that's kind of an interesting talking point. Obviously, a lot of teams moving players up from their academy rosters and giving chances to young players. That's not something we necessarily had for Astralis. They found this guy from Masonic, and he's actually put up some really good numbers. I think he was under a bit of criticism, or I guess Astralis as an org and as a team have always been under criticism in the last few years, and for many times good reasons. But this guy has actually really come into his own as a player, despite his lack of experience on LAN, coming in and fragging out against Tier 1 teams, and I think that's really cool. We've seen some unbelievably good games from him. And so I think even if Astralis don't win this series and they leave Pro League disappointed, which they certainly should be, if this roster doesn't go through to playoffs, even forgetting the context of what games they have to play, I think this guy has a very bright future, no matter where it is. So it's a little Buzz shout out. He's had some fantastic games, especially against Spirit earlier on today. Astralis needed that one.
Pretty damn sick with a pistol, by the way. That is like the one big thing for Buzz that I always look at. If that man's in like a 1vx and he has a pistol, it's a P250 or Deagle, there's like a 60% chance he wins it.
Yeah, wasn't that his first map on Astralis, I want to say, like acing on Overpass against Vitality? I think he aced his first round, I want to say, with Astralis, so it's kind of crazy. It's always cool to see a player get put into a team and they flex on their first round. Obviously, keyboard issue here for, I think it's Device on Astralis, so we better get that sorted.
So they're trying to pitch him a new keyboard.
Yeah, so I don't know about this one. I like mine. Got to find one that's comfy. All these little things, they matter. They mean a hell of a lot of difference. You play 10,000 hours, 15,000 hours with a certain amount of gear or a setup. You need that consistency. Turn your head. Can you read the notes, Harry?
No. How on earth would I be? Yeah.
Zoomify.
I managed to, I'm not going to say who or what I read, but I managed to sneak a look at some notes in one of these groups. I was allowed, one of the managers of one of the teams let me have a peek at some notes. And because I always wonder, what are on these pieces of paper? And I won't say too much, but I'll say it was quite interesting to see the preparation. It was a lot of it's in code, and I say code, I don't mean that. I mean, you know, teams will, every roster will have call-outs, right, for specific positions or for strategies that are unique to their team, right? So, for example, you'll say, oh, let's do this spirit this round.
Yeah.
You all know what that means, even if it's, you know, something that it doesn't even need to matter, you know, the name of the thing, but it's just something you identify with the spirit. And that's basically what was in the notes. It was things like, you know, on this round, this opponent does this thing, watch out for this, twice a half they're gonna do this, or another other notes were like about how let's do this strategy. This is what everyone's role is in this strategy. And so some players would have different pieces of paper dependent on their role or the position or their job in that strat. So really breaking down the minutia of what your opponent does, but also what you want to do so you don't forget everything you've prepared. Remember, there are 7 maps in the pool, and a lot of teams are leaning to play all of them, or at least 6. You have to play 6 at this level and have an insta-ban. Liquid are one of those rosters opting to play all 7 maps right now. And right now, they're competitive against Astralis on Nuke. For Astralis, they don't play Anubis there. At least they haven't shown it. But you damn well know they're practicing it and ready to pull it out at the right time. The question is, boys, when is the right time? You may never know. Not this matchup.
There's like 4 or 5 different keyboards that are floating around at this point, by the way. Like everyone is strapped.
Keyboard roulette.
Yeah.
Now,
I saw
now
they
there's
had
none for device.
I saw they had tape out, so like maybe he doesn't want it to move, because that's actually a big thing. Like having your keyboard, like, do you rest it on your monitor stand? Does it move around on the desk? Is the bottom sticky? So like gluing it to the desk, that's a move.
Does your keyboard hang low? Does it wiggle to and fro?
We obviously have a lot of players now in the player lounge, which I'm sure you've seen on the shots. Twister's over there, Frozen I can spot.
Oh, I know Twister's over there.
Oh yeah, he's taking some pot shots your way.
Yeah.
And that's really cool, obviously, because we're having some of the teams that are in the playoffs, all of the teams, fly back here today for Pro League. We had some people get in. We had Spinks on the last map, the last cast, and of course we will be doing, as I said, the draws later on. So hopefully we can get lots of pros in this room and share some microphones out.
Yeah, you know, Russell just has some like repressed rage, I think, because his hair's turning ginger, so he's taking it out on me.
He's taking it out on you.
You know,
I don't. Is it turning, or did he do it purposely, Harry?
I'm just gonna say it's turning.
Okay,
ginger.
yeah.
You no one chooses.
What did you give him?
It just starts happening.
What did you give him? He caught something from you, Harry.
Yeah, I think they call it gingivitis. It's actually a dental thing. If you didn't know.
I think the colloquial term gum disease.
Yeah,
Brits in their teeth.
Yeah, there you go.
Of course, those are like the Source 2 notes on the wall on Nuke there. Should we bring them up, see how Source 2's coming along? Because this looks like it's going to take a hot minute, right? Like, Device don't even have a keyboard right now. We've kept this like pretty formal thus far. So let's just kind of chill out and relax a little here. So, do not erase, and then it's erased. That's a good meme.
Oh, they got him.
Valve put that in there. Smart.
Clever.
You know, that's like visual comedy, the hardest type. But they've nailed it with that one there.
Harry, you look pretty funny to me, bro.
Thank you.
Whoa, hang on. OC is actually almost doing the JDM there, by the way. That's close enough to be a lounging, in my mind.
Did they find an identical keyboard? It does look identical.
It looks very similar.
Did someone volunteer their keyboard? So Device
volunteer as tribute.
Has what he needs. He's going to check that there's nothing wrong with it.
That was quite an aggressive placement.
Well, it's not his.
Yeah, I know, but maybe this is why Device is losing these keyboards. Like, it's lit up.
It's on.
It's a good sign. Does it wiggle?
Oh, he's got to find the balance.
Oh,
this is the most important part.
Now it's shaking around.
Oh, no, he's found his comfort place.
Light wiggle, light wiggle. Actually, it looks pretty
stable. He's giving it a little
now.
type. He's giving it a little type, like testing it out. The quick red fox jumped over the little post or whatever the test typing line is. And he's nailed it. He's knocked it out of the park. He's happy with this. Device is finally happy again. He's got a keyboard. He's picking up his headphones, ready to put them in his ears. Earphones. Not headphones, they're the other thing.
Headphones go over the earphones.
Yeah.
Socks then shoes, not the other way around.
But never before pants.
That's true. Looks weird otherwise. And I think we're all good to go very soon, folks. So thank you for sitting by with us. We've been raging, raring to go and get back into this matchup. Liquid have been sitting stoic and silent.
What's kind of hilarious is we're coming back in around 15.
Yeah, so we're about to hit an even longer break.
Yeah.
So don't worry. We'll give you a breather. Just one more round of play to tease your fancy. Of course. Round 15, 7-7, taking stock. Liquid started strong, found 7 out of 8 rounds in a row, and Astralis had a little burst of energy at the back of it with a quick outside pop, an A pop, and then an anti-eco, leading us to this point now, which is a hyper-important gun round. EliGE is playing a great game. glaive is top fragging alongside Zip for the Astralis side. And all looks par for the course. Do you boys have any predictions? I've reached that point. I'm asking you what you think is going to happen with as little information as me. Harry will say Liquid, so I'll throw that out there.
Yeah.
Jackie, do you believe in the Danes?
You know what, Hugo? Yeah, I do.
I love that. We split it in 2.
Oh, we're in. We're back.
Oh, look at all those.
All right.
Chickens.
They've been going mad with the sprays during this timeout. Pretty sure that crown one is expensive, if I remember right. So that's pretty sick that they've even wasted some money heading into round 15 here. Device, brand new keyboard.
I almost just want Device cam for this round. Like, see how are his counter strafes? Every step he takes, every move he makes. I'll be watching you.
Wow. Well, the new replacement keyboard hit all the right notes for Device. Let's find out. Naf bests him in that initial head-to-head. Drops on down and gets out of ramp. Astralis start to move in. EliGE pressuring through the lobby, and glaive dead in the hut.
And these were the rounds.
Liquid hoping they can win out this half in the 5v3.
This is how Liquid went on their streak. It was these kind of rounds. It was slow defaults for Astralis where they're getting picked apart, wings clipped. It's the quicker exec rounds that Astralis did better in. So now they've got to dig themselves out of a mighty deep hole.
A big old hole indeed. And they do not have any climbing gear. EliGE, though, oh my god, this man is just waiting for both. Trigger discipline of a king as he dethrones them. And it ends as an 8-7 half. We'll be back to continue this one after the break.
Track now, they won't lend a hand. Now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up. Yeah, you know, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey, and it's time to run it up. Yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, hey, class on a roll, hey. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
Je suis à la mer, je suis au boulot. Check. Je vais mettre les choses au clair. Rafale de rime, y'a tout le monde à terre. Comme je charbonne jusqu'à pas d'heure, je me déplace plus si c'est pas pour un gros salaire. Je suis à la mer, je suis au boulot. Remballe ton verre, je bois au goulot. Le chemin est tracé, je roule. J'avance mais le passé est lourd. La vie n'est qu'ironie, l'amour est tyrannique. Je suis peut-être né anonyme mais je mourrai iconique. L'industrie est hypocrite, l'adversaire est pathétique. Purée, je suis trop affamé. Si je me dépasse, c'est que pour la famille. Je suis venu que pour remporter la finale. Et pour m'endormir, je cours jusqu'à l'infini. Ils sont pas prêts, je vais les matrixer. Je défonce tout, pourtant j'ai batterie faible. D'où tu me regardes, moi je suis pas quitté. Pour sympathiser, ça sera pas tito. Je compte les devises, je compte les papiers. Marche tardive dans le quartier. Désolé bébé, je dois partir, je suis focus. J'ai promis de ne plus m'éparpiller. J'oublie tout ça et je m'envole au loin. Si tu me suis, prends-moi par la main. Je te promets des mélodies dans la tête, des délires au coin du feu. Viens, on quitte ce monde de fou. J'oublie tout ça, envole-toi au loin. Je te suis, prends-moi par la main. Je te promets tout, tiendra le coup. Je te connais trop. J'oublie tout ça et je m'envole au loin. Si tu me suis, prends-moi par la main. Je te promets des mélodies dans la tête, des délires au coin du feu. Viens, on quitte ce monde de fou. Oh là là, tout peut basculer du jour au lendemain. J'y crois pas, oh là là. J'étais pas prête, j'étais trop bien là. Y'a tout à refaire. La vie m'a traumatisé mais je cours après. Y'a toute la terre qui m'en veut, y'a tout à refaire. Tu me connais, hop, tu te passeras de commentaires. J'ai plus confiance en vos chiffres, je compte plus que sur ma volonté. À un moment faut se lancer, obsédé par mes lacunes. J'en oublie mon potentiel. Je suis pas seul mais solitaire. Ils disent que je suis tête en l'air, c'est parce que je vise pas dans le ciel. J'oublie tout ça et je m'envole au loin. Si tu me suis, prends-moi par la main. Je te promets des mélodies dans la tête, des délires au coin du feu. Viens, on quitte ce monde de fou. Oublie tout ça, envole-toi au loin. Je te suis, prends-moi par la main. Je te promets tout, tiendra le coup. Je te connais trop. J'oublie tout ça et je m'envole au loin. Tu me suis, prends-moi par la main. Je te promets des mélodies dans la tête, des délires au coin du feu. Viens, on quitte ce monde de fou.
Get about my way, This here on lock, this here on lock. We roll with the winners, and if you a winner, then you with the squad. Yeah, yeah. We coming to get it, we coming to get it. You ready or not? Let's go. You don't have days like this. Nah. You don't have days like this. Only your face like this. Yeah. You don't ever play like this. Tell them please, man, hella freeze on the day I miss. My handle game certified, you would never know when the thing might switch. Don't watch the ball, honestly, that's how you fall. What you say, we finna lose? Listen, dude, man, not to y'all. Who tryna brawl? You kinda small. On the court, yo, I'm a dog. Beating y'all by 50 now, it's no problem to pile it on. How can I lose when I be crossing the modern day shoes? When I'm in the lane, yo, me and the pirates the same. Cause you know I'm dropping them jewels. Hopping the cruise when I was in school. Probably wasn't a popular dude, but ever since I got the offer to go with my Abba, I'm proud to say I got the juice. Battery charge. Swan so revved up. We are not kidding, man. Anybody wanna get it, tell them we next up. Gold medal on lock. Until then, yeah, I'ma settle on top. Still don't believe me? Just turn on your TV and tell them to watch. They play me cause my game's crazy, but I came ready with the juice. My game too cold, your game too slow. You hype train, don't know what to do. New levels, new devils. That means it's time to grind. So what you saying? Hand to the plow, new heights to climb. If this my moment, my time to shine. This little light of mine, I'ma go so hard that I might be blind. We've been working in the off season, getting started when y'all leaving. Yo, this finna be a harsh beating. You win for a long evening. Most of y'all could get caught cheating on the real, still wouldn't call it even. If we seen them in the streets, they don't really want beef like all vegans. Lord Jesus, you don't know what you up against. Bruh, win? Man, this finna be a breeze like a gust of wind. Trash talk, I'm under skin. Pass y'all, then rub it in. Y'all better hurry. This Stephen Curry versus Shep and Birdie in above the rim. Ragdoll, y'all bad dog. Can't help, I let her win. Highlight real be something like you. Go metal on lock, I'ma settle on top. If they still don't believe me, then turn to your TV and tell them all watch. Tell them all watch, tell them all watch, tell them all watch. Get about my way, it's here on lock, it's here on lock. We roll with the winners, and if you a winner, then you with the squad, yeah. We coming to get it, you ready or not? Tell them all watch, tell them all watch, tell them all watch, tell them all watch. Get about my way, it's here on lock, it's here on lock. We roll with the winners, and if you a winner, then you with the squad, yeah. We coming to get it, you ready or not?
Welcome back, everybody. As you can probably tell, we have a small technical issue going on in this first map. We are at the halfway point, basically split down the middle between Liquid and Astralis. Device originally had a couple of issues with his keyboard, some keys getting stuck. Now we're on to a different issue, which is going to need an SSD swap out. But I do believe I'm actually in the heart of the action at the moment, because Twist, I kind of played myself when player management came and asked me, oh, where is the fishbowl of bullets? How many have you got through, man?
I went through a lot.
The bowl's empty, dude.
Running pretty low.
So are you going to...
Still got like 7, though.
Are you going to collect all these bullets that are literally everywhere all over the studio?
If I have to, I would, you know? If someone told me I have to go do it, then that's the punishment I have to pay, and it's fine. Then I just do it again tomorrow.
How many headshots have you netted in so far? I counted 2 on myself when we were in the pre-match segment. 1 on Yanko as well. That was a great shot.
I got 3 on Yanko, I think. I got 2 or 3, yeah.
He won't ever let us have that down.
Pretty upset about that, no?
Yeah, he did, because he moved the whiteboard, as you can tell. That's why you started going for my head and for Harry's head. Thank you for that, man.
I still got the angle on Yanko, though. I went to the left. I hit him in the ear. I think that was the end of the... He went home, I think.
Back to the action at hand. Obviously, your former team, Liquid, going up against Astralis. Who's going to win this series? Who's going through to the playoffs?
I have to support Liquid. That's why I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here with my ex-manager, best manager, so... Chilling. Supporting the boys.
Your boys. I absolutely love it. Let's throw on back over to the commentator to see if the action is ready to ensue.
Well, we've probably got no good news, right? We've probably got nothing. There's a crowd of people on the desk right now. Everyone's standing behind Device. So he's back in the game, apparently. He's launched the game, a complete SSD swap, reinstall everything, get the configs going, fix the settings. We've all been there. We've all set up CS before. And so Device is no newbie to this situation. Hopefully we can get back on with the game in just a few minutes. It's 8-7 down the half, boys. Liquid lead.
Yeah, they narrowly hold this lead, right? It got all tied up at 7-all, but then that last round to close this out actually felt quite good for Liquid. They got to come through with the aggression. Right now, they're all just kind of big chilling. Everyone's having a kind of mini JDM. EliGE doing like the most stressed lounging I've ever seen.
Naf's doing what I do with my chair, which is, you bounce it, bounce it, stay mobile.
I like OC's demeanor. Let's bring him up. Like this is good. This is the full relaxed, like leaning back, bit of a bob to it every now and again.
It's a good
There you go, EliGE. There you go. He actually looks relaxed now. I'm so glad. His arms were so tense.
The vibes are good for Liquid, I think. There was a lot of plain faces.
I mean, dude, this is like, we've been selling this a lot based on the history that these teams have, that the cores have. I think this is like a cool opportunity for Liquid to show how the times have changed and to try and demonstrate, that this rivalry isn't something that we need to consider anymore, right? In their minds, they probably think that they've eclipsed this Astralis squad now. So it has a bit of a chance for revenge for years gone by. And on top of that, this would be the first time in recorded history
ever
that Team Liquid would have bested Astralis on Nuke. And, you know, that links back in to the rivalry that these teams had, right? Nuke was a huge part of that. It was the map for Astralis. I mean, really, it was like one of two of the maps, but Nuke was like the mainstay. This is something that gets talked about a lot in that, you know, normally if you're the best team in the world, you're the best on Nuke. And Astralis certainly were. And Liquid went about learning that the hard way, taking L after L every time they would play, often in grand finals up against this Astralis squad.
Yeah, I mean, no one could beat them. That was 13 Nuke maps. Astralis won every single one over the course of 2018, 2019, and yeah, all those finals we talked about. 11 times in finals, 13 times in playoffs, and I think 18 out of 20 or 19 out of 20. Did Anko say
19 out of 20
in general in the series? So that was unbelievable to imagine. The only time Liquid would get event wins is when Astralis were like, yeah, actually, I'm going to skip this one.
And, you know, that's why this matchup is so sick. It's because, you know, there's all this history, but then because of, you know, the pandemic where, like, that split play, and so we had, like, everything separated into regions for a while during, like, the pandemic online era, you know, that was really the death of this rivalry. You know, then Astralis went on to make changes. We had Device leave the team. We had Magisk and Dupree go and join Vitality. So, like, piece by piece, what felt like any chance of Liquid, you know, even on the other side, like, Liquid lost Nitro when he moved to Valorant. Any hope of, like, rekindling that rivalry felt dead. But then, like, this is our first chance getting to see it since 2019. So it's literally been years. Right, I think these delays are a little bit pervasive. They're just going to hang around. They're still trying to get this sorted. The crowd is ever growing around Astralis. The bullets are still flying at Liquid, even when the game isn't live. So how's that fair? But we actually have a little Taskmaster video that I think these players were involved in.
The describer must communicate the objects set out in front of them. The artist must paint what is described. Best painting wins. You have 7 minutes. Time starts now.
7 minutes, okay, describe fast.
Okay. It's like an old phone box, you know, where you put the phone on top of, with the where you can spin the numbers, kind of.
Yes. Yeah. What color? What color?
Red.
This is impossible, honestly. I have no clue how to do this. Do you know there's like paint here? It's not even like pencils or anything. It's like actual acrylic paint.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. How many numbers are there? 1 to 9?
Yeah, exactly. 1 to 9 and a 0.
And a 0.
And there's a hashtag as well.
Hashtag?
Yeah.
Brother. What color is the wheel itself? White?
Like chrome, but I don't know how you're gonna paint that.
What color is chrome?
Yeah, I don't know. Silver maybe, I don't know. Like
okay, I got it. Oh my god, this is terrible. Wait, I'm like, okay, how many now? Fuck, oh my god, it's terrible. Okay, I'm coloring it now. Bro, this is terrible, honestly. If you would see my drawing, it's actually like garbage, man.
Yeah, it's pretty hard as well, I think.
No. I'm gonna clutch it out, trust me.
Okay.
I need like 3 minutes. 60 seconds? Bro, you're joking. I'm doing the black shit. I'm doing the pineapple. Pineapple, what color is pineapple?
Like orange.
Orange.
Yeah, that's it.
Wait, orange golf ball, 1 second.
And your time is up. Brushes down, please.
This is terrible. I expected that I had more time than it actually felt like.
No, I'm not sure what universe he's living in, but I don't think pineapples are orange.
No, it's like a brown.
Yeah,
like a dark brown.
Never seen a full orange pineapple.
Even not in Malta?
No, maybe it was a Maltese variation, but no, I didn't. I wasn't sure about that one. Oh, we've armed Liquid now as well.
Oh, this is a fair fight, at least.
At least, yeah, well, because Twist has been hitting like straight headshots.
Yeah, apparently he got 3 on you, Yanko. Can you confirm or deny that?
He got a couple, yes, because he was also switching positions, of course, relocating as any true sniper would from the long range. He tried to put the shield up. It didn't really work out.
Nitro looking down the barrel as well. That's exactly what you should do with any weapon.
Very good gun safety. Very nice.
Exactly.
Has anyone updated us, like, as in what the actual issue is? Like,
so the issue is, it was, first of all, a keyboard issue.
Yes. So it's not keyboard related anymore.
It's not anymore. It's an SSD issue, and now his config isn't loading, so there's...
it
might be a little bit.
It's always the way.
It was hardware first, which is easily solved. And somehow, in changing the hardware, a software issue came up.
Don't like that. Well, we were talking about the realities that pineapples are orange, so let's continue on the vein of, you know, alternative universes, I guess. I bring up a historical question. What would have happened if Olofmeister didn't get injured? Where would we be in the Counter-Strike universe if back in 2016 the hand injury didn't happen? Janko, you're up first.
I think this is a really cool one when we were coming up with things for this, like, what if? Because you have to look at it in the grand scheme of things. 2015, Fnatic, best team in the world, Olof, best player in the world, #1 rank. So you're coming into 2016, this little Brazilian team called Luminosity, you know, is starting to get some waves, you know, starting to get some momentum. Actually, the first time they played Fnatic, they lost 16-0 to them on Dust 2, and it's from that point on they started permabanning it. So, you know, they add FNX, Taco, Zeus as the coach. They're coming into 2016, they're gaining some steam. You know, a couple of close losses to Fnatic 2 in Minsk at the Star Ladder tournament. Then they lost, I think, to Navi in the IM Katowice at the time, so they're coming into Columbus. Right. Obviously, and now we all know that, you know, they won that major, they won the second major of the year, but they never really beat Fnatic, you know, up until that point. So it was only after the major that we've learned that Fnatic, you know, Olof is dealing with this injury and he's not playing up to his full potential. And to be honest, he never did after that point. You know, there's even, like, from that time, there's a cool news post on HLTV where there's a graphic of his stats up until the injury and after it, and you can see there's a very clear difference in his individual performance.
Gentlemen, I'm going to put a pin in this conversation because we are pivoting back to our actual reality we are living in, which is the match going live. So, gentlemen,
perfect. Amazing. Let's go. Lads.
Hello.
Over to you.
Let's get it going.
Yay. We actually get to see it. We actually get to see the game. All right, let's go. Astralis versus Liquid, y'all know what's up. It was an 8-7 half, with Liquid winning round 15 to just tip the scales in their favor.
Twist is walking around collecting all the darts right now and filling his little jug. So I'm sure Liquid will be under fire soon enough, but not when it's live. Only by Astralis' hands. Pistol round out, and we've got double dualies. Bit of util for Liquid. No nade for the door, though. So let's see where they're running.
It almost feels weird to have CS back after such a long break. Ooh, leg breaking. Should be occurring with the dualies, but no. OC hits the head.
Oh, good dink for EliGE, and he's going to finish the job. Zip now dead as well. blameF getting pressured, and Yakindar's going to get rid of him. Buzz all alone, can't find a thing. And so it's Team Liquid to hit the ground running to open up this second half. Off the back of the little hiatus now. They're in with a 9th and a pistol under their belts. It's the start they wanted.
We don't have a... Okay, we do have a force for Astralis to take a second, but getting the scout out, pistols, etc. This is one of the best maps to force on second round CT. Those close positions you can play. The options to rotate, to stack are very much there. He's going to take his gun outside. Got a lot of AKs here in round 2 for Liquid. They are running amok out all the way down to Secret. Pot shots for Device, not connecting. And so Liquid will have that B site in time. Oh, they...
Oh my. Okay. Not what they wanted. That smoke might send them away, and in doing so, they run the risk of going into this gnarly outside setup. Astralis right now are really hoping that glaive can just deter them from lower. Astralis are all kind of in position to deal with players trying to leave Secret. But they're not going to get given that wish by the looks of things. glaive will be the one to get tested down towards this B site. The nade is really good. That is a lot of damage done. 4 players tagged from that 1 HE. And it softens them all up so much more. Nitro leading. Bomb on his back as well. Holes in the door to make crossing that much scarier, but Nitro is going to be the one to get the better of blameF, cracking open the B play and making this happen. Astralis, as mentioned, were more so set up to deal with players leaving Secret than actually committing to the lower play. And so I think this is probably just the 4v5 save now. Kind of a cool idea, honestly. You know, I wonder who comes up with that one, who calls that in the moment, because it is reminiscent of how, you know, blameF used to play his 4 spy rounds, kind of centering a play around 4 players playing in tandem, maybe having one man who's a little more freed up, and then just committing to the save if you don't get the fights that you want.
Yeah, you get to play this round basically twice over as a result, right? And the value is if they run into your stack, oh, they get chewed up. So Astralis get to play this round twice over, but Liquid, they're the real winners. 5 alive, they take their rifles out with a 10-round lead in a map they have never beaten Astralis on across years of history between these cores. The cores, of course, I'm talking about are NAF, Nitro, and EliGE versus the likes of Device, Sip, and blameF. And a couple of new pieces put in place in either team. Couldn't be an NA roster without a European superstar. Kinder right now, second on the server. Ooh. Team Dink, he does get shot by his teammate while they're trying to shoot the windows out on A. Not ideal. It's going to make these pistols a little more punchy as well, so you just got to watch out. Miss smoke. Dear oh dear.
They can make up for this on the fly. There's still more smokes where that comes from, and they'll start to get across now, down Secret. No tag from Device's scout, and with all this space taken, the stage is set for Liquid to launch this B play now.
Encroaching their way in. Taking their time to clear the angles as well. Don't want to walk into a nasty surprise from a pistol that's going to slap you upside the head.
NAF's going to walk out upper. And actually, you might find this completely free because it is. This ramp stack's still in play. It's going to give Astralis a quick rotate to lower, but NAF can try and find some space on top site. They just plant. They have the room. And so Astralis, almost no way to win this round now. They're going to try hunt for the lobby lurker. Here he is. NAF waiting at the back. Buzz spotted over, and it's no armor, so it's an easy kill for NAF. Astralis don't want to feed that MAC-10. They might save the armor again. It's honestly not a bad play. blameF can go hunting, look for a kill. But everyone else keeping their armor for the gun round. Astralis playing the long game here. They know it needs to be the case if they want to win Nuke. The mutual respect between these rosters right now is something to watch. 11-7, and this is where the game must get going for Astralis.
Yeah, they kind of need to hit the ground running, right? It's always the case with the CT side when the scoreline's like this. If you fall down, if you go silent in this first rifle round, you're so close to having the game just fall away from you on kind of economy alone, really. You know, that would be Liquid, 12-7 up, another eco for Astralis. Suddenly they're only a handful of rounds away from doing it. So Astralis, they've got to come in piping hot here. blameF holding on to the top of Silo, won't get pressured just yet. Astralis pretty respectful to open this one up.
And Device is in the star position as well. Heaven with an AWP, but that may be difficult if Liquid actually run this AX sec that they're looking to do. The flash is actually a problem. NAF blinds himself, and so he can't commit. Astralis stall it with a util. But Device is basically able to help everywhere in the map in this round. His repositions are integral to the success of Astralis in this gun round. Liquid throw outside smokes, but this is a ruse.
Oh, and it did start to pull Device away. Oh, he has repositioned, but up into the heavens here. And I'm inclined to agree with you, Hugo. I want to just keep a microscope on Device in this round, because you'll be able to tell how it's going to shape up on whether or not he's in the right place.
He has dropped in. He knows what's going on.
They've called it. They've got the read on this one. Device scoped up at the door, but dead first. OC gets the better of him. The AWPers clash, but it's Rifle v AWP, and OC comes out ahead. glaive holds the line with a lot of damage, softening them up for Buzz, giving Astralis a fighting chance. Yakindar locked in a fight outside with blameF, and the bomb in A on the back of Captain Nitro.
Oh, he's going to go down the vent. Are they going to try an MB? If they do, Zip is already here. He's anchoring the site. Liquid will never expect this move. The patience on this play, and they go running in. Zip has won the round.
No time for Yakindar. It's 8 for Astralis. I mean, that is a call. That is a moment there. They decide so much, right? You're not imagining that they're going to have a man still down on B. They've seen you at A. They've seen you with the bomb. They've seen Yakindar outside. You know, everything is pointing towards the A play, and that last-second decision from Nitro to drop on down, for Yakindar to try and cross it secret, it betrays Team Liquid, giving Astralis a way back in. And Yanko, he was highlighting, you know, Zip and glaive as the guys to keep an eye on, as a kind of spirit level to judge how successful Astralis can be. And right now, they are both performing. The two of them get the swing kills in that round. Yeah. It was glaive's, you know, 2.5 on the upper site, and Zip's killing blow onto Nitro that make that round happen.
That's an experienced play there, without a doubt. I mean, slowing down the 2v2 and not just panic rotating A. Liquid get in their own head, and they completely misplay that one. And we said Astralis need to come in strong into this CT side. That is a start. Device on the rifle, pushing ramp. Ready to activate at a moment's notice. Zip is not really helping him in this position though, so it's all on Device to try and find an opening kill, and they're going to meet him in the lobby, a little crunch together.
The jaw going down, but it's Nitro that takes a big old bite. Naf to assist on the Device as well, as he crumbles out of the round, and it falls onto a duo of Zip and blameF. 50 seconds on the clock here for Astralis to clamber themselves towards a 9th, denied by the molly for the push, trapped in trophy.
Naf crossing out, could get timinged. If he falls, maybe Astralis give this a look in, but another molly should seal the fate on the round. That's two of them that force Astralis out of that gunfight, and so they will just have to respect it and save in the 2v4. I think even the fact that they were so determined to give Lobby a look in, you know, kind of shows you where their minds are. A lot of teams would have been trying to save in the 2v4 from the offset.
I mean, that's just a desperate call to make anyway off the start of the round, right? Astralis don't have the AWP, and they don't have as much util because of the casualties, so they try and play a proactive round, but Liquid are, you know, they're probably a bit annoyed. They just lost that 2v2, so they just call something really safe into a gun round just to hold off and feel out the map. And Astralis go walking right into their crosshairs. So nice, safe lobby hold from Nitro, doubled up. Liquid take a 4-round lead, and they absolutely put Astralis' money in the dirt while they do. But even then, that's just an ugly lobby take from Buzz and glaive, both looking the same way. Not as well planned as you would have thought. And Liquid keep running rifles. No AWPs needed at this point. Astralis are going to have to earn that demand. And so we're 4-1 in the half for Liquid.
Yeah, dire straits now on the other side, man. This is kind of a weird spot to be in. I'm assuming it's just going to be the partial investment round where they have some rounds left to play with. They can't afford that. glaive's even got a bit of extra cash on the Astralis side, so that AWP can make an appearance in this follow-up round. That'll be Astralis back to full strength in the next one. Here, the goal, just to try and keep the damage high, force reinvestment out of Liquid. They're coming at them fast this time. Yakindar running it outside all the way down secret, not being quiet on the approach, and with smokes down, it will keep someone down here on this lower side of the map. Yakindar really needed that fight there, and it will come his way. Locks it in. Finds the 5v4 and removes one of the 2 guns from this round. It's irretrievable as well down at that B site. Another kill for Team Liquid. They're all coming up. in favor of the Liquid squad right now. They've dealt with both the rifles, the pistols starting to get thinned out. And so 13 looks good. Looks as good as done right about now.
Couldn't have been unluckier really for Zip as well. The second he re-aggresses to the corner angle, Yakinda is ready to re-peek it. And obviously peeking with so much confidence, that's how you have to. You have to clear corners like you know opponents are there, and then sometimes they are. And so the timing of that engagement on the pre-aim corner is perfect for Yakinda. And it's a mindset shift for Liquid. They're flexing now, sending their rifle immediately down secret with no resistance. A second timeout even called for Liquid. And they're winning. They're just making sure they do not choke. Yeah, I said it. But right now, I just see nothing in Astralis that's giving me any hope.
Well, you know, I'll say this, right? You know, they call this timeout here. I think it's also because they know that the game can be won on the basis of this round, right? If they come out swinging, they find 14 up against a full strength Astralis, then it should be as good as done, right? Or at least it's going to put them right there on the finish line. But they know that Astralis is going to have all the bells and whistles here, and I think most notably it's going to be that device AWP that they might look to try and cook up a solution for right about now. blameF looked like he was going to take a bit of a pathing outside, instead just lobs that nade in. He's got support from Zip. Device has been entrusted with the ramp hold on that AWP. Now this does mean he's a little less mobile than normal. You can still look to strike that conversation up. In a world where these outside smokes come in, Device can drop down lower, Zip can move from outside and take up ramp. So there are ways to get Device mobile again. But it's how they want to use him here. Right now, he's just scoped up, holding down the ramp angle.
Yeah, you don't feel like you want to force opening kills here if you're Astralis, but that is also, you know, just a sign of the times, perhaps. A little bit of fear. Smokes go down outside. Blame's going to counter Molly, but the smokes will last longer. Liquid can afford to wait at the end.
The fact that Device hasn't moved, hasn't like elected to try and drop, try to get any info. You haven't had any sort of rotate out of someone like Buzz through the vent. All this is screaming that Astralis are calling the bluff on the secret play. They keep everyone on upper. They think they've got the read here, and they've read it right. Moving in is Liquid into the stack, and there's the reply from Nafly.
Go on,
Just Device, 1v2, up in heaven looking for a way back in. OC and Naf, the guys to beat. Does catch Naf out in the open, dropping into the site now. It's OC left on the other side, and he hits that timing, threads that needle, and finds 14 Liquid.
What a beautiful play for OC to hear that drop and know he has a window to completely change position, to go into an angle Device just cleared, and he walks out the hut, perfect timing. The young AWPer will take his preferred weapon off of the body of Device, and that's Liquid on 14. Harry, you said Liquid can win this game off this gun round, and that's exactly what they've done. A third timeout called for Astralis, but they have no money. They must force.
History unfolding before everyone's eyes here. God damn, some of the plays we've seen should be idolized as well. It's just insane. The cerebral plays, the aim behind it as well, and the fact they've kept their energy up for so long, right? There was a big divot in the series in the mid portion. The fact they just go straight back in, happy, laughing in the break, and then go straight back to playing CS at the best of their ability, it's wild. Now you look at the money for Astralis, barely anything they'd really want to work with. Meanwhile, OC, he dons the big gun. He's already had so much confidence.
And so much impact as well, been beating Device in head-to-heads on this T side a couple of times now. And now we've got that orb, so let's see if we can find a pick. It won't be on Blame. Blame's playing this one way. Very common. Glaive Nearwell invented this move, but Blame will be the one to survive. He will jump out of danger. Device back garage, spotting top silo, but Liquid are in no hurry. They've ascertained that it is guns out for Astralis, and OC again, another head-to-head one against the world's ex-best.
Yeah, with Device now gone, outside is corrupted. Liquid own this part of the map, and so Astralis try to respond by taking lobby. They even preemptively rotate Buzz down lower. Right now, You know, they know the outside's been taken, but there's a lot of avenues from this outside control. There's a lot of ways that Liquid can look to use this, and Astralis have no idea what ground's been taken. You know, last round, they had that read. They had the confidence that it was going to be the A play. They didn't shuffle anyone down lower. They're even silent boosting up here to clear the heaven from an alternate angle. Ooh. It's so filthy. If anyone was up there. Now, the Shadow's been spotted. That's info. Zip just saw them. He sees that they're up in the heavens, and he will best Yakindar. Wasn't ready for EliGE. He was put up there by the boost. And to heavens. Get knocked out. Oh. Naf with the spam back to reply. Keeps Liquid in this round. One man up the vent in Buzz with the backstab. Got to try and find a good timing on this. They don't know about him yet. He's got the element of surprise, but Nitro turns and deals with him. And Zip doesn't want to be saving the MP9. And so they won't ever give him the chance. Nafly goes hunting to close that out. Map point for Liquid and a chance for revenge years on from this rivalry versus Astralis. Years down the line, a whole pandemic behind them. They're looking to get their first win. The Liquid Core's first win versus this Astralis squad on Nuke.
Yeah, 13 straight, as we said, and smiles on the faces of current and ex-Liquid members as they know that this feels inevitable. 15-8, a comeback that I do not believe in, and I don't know if Astralis do either. A lights-out T-side, one gun round won by Astralis. It was off the back of Zip, making that gamble read on B and winning out a 2v2. Device on a shotty down below. And Liquid resetting in T-spawn to throw the wall. Bring on the wall.
Smokes go in, but it doesn't look like they want to use them here. Similar to how some of these rounds have gone, it's just going to be one guy, in this case two guys, progressing with them outside. EliGE crossing, does so quietly. Now the spacing between him and Yakindar means that if EliGE keeps going, he is untradeable here. He leaves the comforting realms of Yakindar's outside control, and he's left to fend for himself down at lower. Device is on this angle, waiting. It's the perfect spot for the auto shotty, but he just started to have second thoughts, and right as he leaves, that's when EliGE moves in. Suddenly there's a path opened up. We're into this 3-on-3. Zip is fighting for his life down at lower, while OC tries to slide in through ramp. blameF has tagged him up, brought him down low, and will land the finishing blow to find OC. It's Nitro and it's Naf, 2 versus 3 for the game. Naf wins that fight on a blameF, and now Nitro tucks himself in. New boy Buzz alongside Zip, trying to keep the dream alive for Astralis, trying to keep the Danes in Nuke, and they will deal with Nitro. Naf in this one all alone, out from ramp. That shot sails on past. Chance to get them off the bomb. Buzz gets off it, locks in the kill, but it's going to be so close. He doesn't have a kit.
I don't think so.
He's on it. He's trying his damnedest, but I don't know if he's got this one. It's so close. Liquid do it. Locking in Nuke. Besting Astralis for the first time as these cores go head-to-head again. And now they're a map up in this series with it all to play for, heading to their map next. We're looking forward to Mirage.
Yeah, a map as well that Astralis, you know, they're not known for their Mirage, are they? Picked it up, started playing it once.